The MK party, they're all shady people, all marred with allegations of state capture, obviously very shady people, but at least none of them are impeached judges. They themselves, they've scored their own goal and chose to protect the arrogance and political godship of Hlophe instead of putting the interests of their voters at heart and at the forefront of what they are doing. But that's not a Democratic Alliance problem, where people don't have to wonder whether an impeached judge should be sitting in a room that gets to appoint other judges, a person who genuinely clearly doesn't have the moral composition that we need to be sitting there. And that's why we are fighting so hard to ensure that never in South Africa, our land, do we rise to a day when Hlophe gets to get a backdoor entry into a commission that he has been found guilty of gross misconduct in. While we're supposed to be fixing the problem, as politicians, we sat back and watched when a person who's been impeached for gross misconduct got to play a chess game within the Judicial Service Commission to appoint his own army for interests that have nothing to do with justice for South Africans, but protecting politicians and corrupt leaders. That's not the position we're supposed to be in as a country, and it would be a shame if we find ourselves in there. That Hlophe's right to serve on the JSC is directly linked to the existence of the MK party as an opposition party in parliament. So therefore, if the MK party was interested in preserving its right to serve in the JSE, like I said in the first question, what they would have sought to do is find an alternative way to make sure that they do get representation there. But they did not do so. And that shows you exactly what this fight is about for the MK party and Hlophe. It is not about making sure that the constituents who voted for the MK party get to have their voice and their opinions reflected in the deliberations of the JSE, but it is instead about ensuring that Hlophe is protected, because that is what they want. The leadership of the MK wants to protect Hlophe because they owe him for what he was able to do with the arms deal case 16 years ago in protection of former President Jacob Zuma. So it is a circle, a web of trying to play cat and mouse around political issues that have everything to do with the 9 wasted years that this nation has seen. Again, protecting beneficiaries of state capture, again protecting corrupt human beings who have absolutely no care for South Africans. And this is exactly what South Africans should be seeing about this. This is exactly what MK party voters themselves should be seeing about the composition of their leadership.